Hello, Javier. This is the Tiger. I think we need to talk. Aiden spoke into the voice modulator on his phone, a wicked grin curling across his face. On the other end of the phone, Javier's breath grew shaky.
The Tiger. I was expecting a call from someone named Aiden over at SafeTech.
I represent SafeTech in this matter. Aiden stood up, pacing back and forth across his office. The Tiger Group actually controls SafeTech, so, in these negotiations, you'll have to answer to me.
I see.
Javier sounded flustered.
I'm so sorry, Tiger. I had no idea that you were in charge of the company.
Aiden smirked. Enough pleasantries. Shall we get down to brass tacks?
By all means.
The employees you mentioned, Aiden Callahan. That's actually who I'm calling you about.
You want to talk about Aiden Callahan?
Yes. I'm hearing that you're calling for his resignation, and that, if he doesn't oblige, then you'll cancel some of your contracts with SafeTech. Is that right?
No, sir. That's not true at all. I wanted to call you and tell you how much I admire Aiden. I think he is a model employee.
Aiden arched a brow. Really? Are you telling me the truth?
Yes, of course.
Javier sounded panicked.
I would never lie to you. Certainly not to the Tiger.
He turned his attention back to the phone. Listen carefully, Javier. I need you to know that, going forward, Aiden Callahan has my utmost respect and trust. If you want to continue to do business with SafeTech, you'll have to get comfortable doing business with Aiden Callahan. Anything less will lead to full-scale retaliation by the Tiger Group. Is that understood? Javier sounded as if he were trembling.
Yes, sir. Yes, Tiger. Of course.
From now on, if you want to reach the Tiger Group, you deal with Aiden, all right?
Yes.
Javier exhaled sharply. Very good. Now, Javier, I have to go. Remember what I told you, and remember this. Even a single step out of line, and you'll feel the wrath of the Tiger. He hung up. As he did, his phone rang immediately with a call from Rachel. Hello?
Hello, Tiger. Rachel replied. I've assembled the investors. They will be available for a conference call in about an hour. Are you still going to be able to attend?
Aiden nodded. Excellent work. Yes, I'll be able to attend. Just send me the conference number.
Very well.
Rachel hung up. Meanwhile, across town, Shane burst into Ava's office. His face was beet red.
I know you're behind this, Ava. How could you betray me like that? Your own family.
Ava sat behind her desk. Shane? What are you talking about?
Having me kicked out of the meeting with Powerhouse PR, of course. What else?
Ava stood up, slamming her hands on the desk.
Maybe if you weren't so arrogant all the time, you wouldn't rub people the wrong way. And then maybe, just maybe, you'd be invited to more meetings. But don't blame me if you're so exhausting to be around that people don't want to rush to be in business with you.
Shane pointed his finger at her face.
I know you put that assistant up to it. Really, Shane? Are you sure about that?
Shane exhaled.
All I'll say is this, Ava.
He headed for the door, turning on his heel before leaving.
You're playing a very dangerous game with me. If you want to play it that way, fine by me. But don't expect me to play fair.
Without saying another word, he stormed out. Shane headed to his car parked outside the office. As he did, he tried calling Derek. There was no answer. Shane adopted a puzzled expression.
Derek, where are you?
A few minutes later, Shane arrived at Daring Industries and headed to the reception desk in the center of the lobby. He approached a receptionist.
Hi there. My name is Shane Stone. I'm here to see Mr. Derek Klein.
The receptionist's eyes went wide. Derek Klein?
Yes. What? Has he not come in yet today?
The receptionist stifled laughter. I'm not sure he'll be coming in ever again. Shane raised his eyebrow.
What? What do you mean? Well, Derek Klein no longer works at Daring Industries. How can Derek Klein no longer work at Daring Industries? It's his company. Not anymore. We've been bought out. What? Shane's face started to turn red. By whom? That's the million-dollar question. All we know is we've been folded into another company, known as SafeTech. We're currently being managed by a supervisor named Aiden Callahan. Would you like me to arrange a meeting for you with him? Shane looked like he was about to explode. Tell me everything you know. Now. Back at SafeTech, Aiden was preparing for his meeting with the investors of the company. Tina stood in the doorjamb of Aiden's office. Sir, it's just about time to start the meeting with the SafeTech investors. They're all gathered in the conference room. Aiden nodded. Very good. Tell them I'll be there in a moment. Excellent, sir. As you wish. He picked up the phone, dialing into the conference line for the meeting with the Tiger Group's investors that Rachel had set up. As he did, he switched his voice modulator on. Hello all. This is the Tiger. As Aiden spoke, he could hear an audible gasp echo through the conference room. One of the investors, a man named Gavin, sounded surprised as his voice came through on the other end of the phone.
Tiger? As in the Tiger?
Yes, Aiden nodded. First, I'd like to say, it is because of all of your generosity that we're here today. It's always great to have your support. I wanted to take this moment to reconnect and see if we can solve a little problem we're having with investors pulling out of one of my companies. A little company called SafeTech.
Go on, Tiger. We're listening.
Should SafeTech's investors drop out, I'd like to encourage you to help out and further increase your investment in the Tiger Group by investing in SafeTech. This will help not only keep the Tiger Group's influence strong, but we can also make you all even richer. Gavin chuckled.
Well, I don't want to speak for the entire group, but that sounds good to us. If the Tiger needs our support, you have it. Particularly now that the deal with Powerhouse PR seems to be going so swimmingly. We can't see anything wrong with an increase in our initial investment.
Aiden smiled. That is excellent news. Thrilled as always to have your support.
Of course, Tiger.
Rachel will be in touch with more information. Thank you all. With that, Aiden hung up. Tina opened his office door. Mr. Callahan, the SafeTech investors are getting restless in the conference room. Are you heading over there? Aiden nodded. Yes, Tina, I'm on my way. He grabbed some paperwork off his desk and immediately headed to the conference room. Aiden swung the door open to the conference room, stepping inside. Hello, everyone. Thanks for your patience. All of the investors seemed irritated. One of them, a man named Paul, stood up, shouting at Aiden. Do you really think this is appropriate, keeping us all waiting in here like this? Aiden raised his hand, trying to calm him down. I know how valuable your time is, but I had some urgent matters to attend to. Paul shook his head. Aren't you supposed to be convincing us not to abandon SafeTech? If that's the case, this is a pretty poor attempt at persuasion. Aiden smirked. Don't worry. I think you'll be pleased with what I have to say. Thank you all for gathering here today, and thank you for your patience. As I said, I was in the middle of something quite important. Now I know that many of you are considering pulling your investments from SafeTech, but I'm here to convince you otherwise. Paul scoffed. Really? How? Aiden chuckled. Well, let's just say I have an offer that I think is going to be quite difficult to refuse. What will Aiden's offer be to the investors of SafeTech? Where has Derek disappeared to?
Wait, that's not the end. You've just had a free taste. Now get the full story on the Pocket FM app, link in description. Check out our next video and playlist, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.